We are with the Consul General of Israel for South India, Tammy Haim. Thank you. And I know, it's a very difficult scenario for you right now with the ongoing war as well. And our prayers are with Israel and even our condolences for those who have lost their loved ones too. But first and foremost now, it's been over 48 hours since this attack happened. What's it like on the ground and what's the scenario?
The scenario is very bad. It's very bad, and I'll talk about it. But first, thank you very much for your wishes. We're going through a horrible, horrible terrorist attack. I think all of Israel is in shock. And, we're talking about over 700 people who have been killed, 2,832 people who have been injured, dozens of people who have been taken hostage. And Israel is a small country. We're 10 million people. So you have to be aware that every single family in Israel is personally touched by this horrific tragedy, by this horrific terror attack. Everybody knows somebody, who lives in the South or, suffered these very harsh consequences. And we're still dealing with it. You asked for what the situation on the ground was. The situation on the ground is that there is still fighting going on between our armed forces, the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF, and the terrorists. They are still in some of the villages and small towns in the south, and fighting is still going on. We will, of course, keep fighting until all of them are neutralized, until quiet returns to this area, and then security returns to this area. And the next step would be to see how we can get the hostages out of Gaza.
Tammy, now looking at the entire scenario as well, we have been seeing that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has always been somebody who pushes for peace. He's always approached the Middle East with that helping hand, lending a helping hand as well. But somewhere do you think that these peace talks have not gone in the way which Israel was looking for? Because despite all that Israel has done for the Middle East, we see this unprovoked attack on Israel. It's not happening for the first time. We have seen that even in the past as well. We saw it in 2021. But 2023, the Prime Minister was forced to declare this as an act of war.
Yeah, we are at war at the moment, and it's the first time for many years we've done it. You're right. In previous operations, there were operations that were strategic, that were smaller, that were very targeted. This is a full-out war with a number of casualties, with a number of people injured. And talking about the peace process, Israel, for all its life, for all of the 75 years of our existence, we've always said that we will reach out for peace. In any country or any regime that wants to have peace with Israel, we will do it. And as you said yourself, we have been, true to our word. And just 3 years ago, also in September, we made the Abraham Accords. We made peace with the UAE, with Bahrain, with Morocco. We're in talks with Saudi Arabia. But this is an independent and a vertical, and it's good for us. It's good for the region. It's good for the countries who are doing, because this is the way we should be in peace with our neighbors. But this is a terror organization. Hamas is a terror organization that for years has been, supplied and funded and trained by Iranian forces. And Hamas has a goal, and they're not shy about it. They're saying their goal is to destroy Israel. And this is a horrific and heartbreaking example of it. But they're doing what they're set out to do. They're a terrorist organization. It's independent of the other governments and other peoples that we're doing peace with. I'm assuming their intention is to try to hurt it. I don't think they will achieve that goal. But it's not a government.
Tammy, looking at the scenario out there now, what is the sort of offensive measures or the countermeasures which are being taken by Israel? And also, if you could delve into the operation codenamed Iron Swords, not the technicalities, of course, but in general, what are the sort of measures that are being?
So as I said, first and foremost, we're working on the grounds. Our forces are on the ground fighting the terrorists that are still within the borders of Israel. I'll just mention that we found one terror tunnel, that the terrorists used to enter Israel from. So it's a good thing that we found it, but it's just horrendous to think that this is how some of them came. And in the meantime, while we're doing this, our Air Force is bombing strategic locations and command posts of the Hamas terror organization within Gaza. We have warned people and the civilians who live in Gaza, who are being held basically by their terrorist regime. Many have evacuated and left the area, and we are doing our level best to target these command centers and supply areas of the Hamas in Gaza.